Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Level Playing Field ProCast with your host, me, Dominic Green, Managing Partner of ATENANTco Commercial Real Estate Services. And here on the ProCast, where we talk and discuss all things commercial real estate related to help small and mid-sized businesses, nonprofits, startups, and more lease commercial real estate on a level playing field. So, on today's ProCast, we're going to talk about what we do and why we do it. Specifically, we're going to talk about what is tenant representation as brokers in commercial real estate, and as part of what I do on a daily basis, helping small and mid-sized businesses, startups, nonprofits, restaurant owners, and the like lease commercial real estate. In some cases, buy commercial real estate. So, um, what we want to kind of talk about today is what is tenant representation or a tenant rep broker, and then kind of dive into exactly what we do. Because I know I get questions often, uh, what do you do at commercial real estate? Um, why do we need to use you? Why can't I just go lease a space by myself? And I often say, you could definitely lease a space by yourself. Um, and many people do. But in most situations, what I kind of elaborate to them is that you have to realize, commercial real estate is one of those things where it's kind of, we say, the wild wild west. There's no legal per se protections like you would get in residential real estate. It's kind of because you're dealing with business, right? So it's kind of one of those things where it's upon you to have the necessary advisors, advice, team, and stuff like that to make sure you're making an informed decision. And oftentimes, dealing with commercial real estate leasing, especially if you're a person, this is either your first time or you've done it before, you typically don't lease commercial real estate every day. So you're not familiar with the nuances, the current trends, things that have changed, and then especially with the way that is becoming a little bit more analytical driven, in a combination to you're trying to fulfill your objectives and how to best fulfill that using other person's experience and things like that. You're not always going to have that all in house. Some organizations have internal, real estate departments, but the majority, especially the clients that we deal with, they don't. So that's kind of where we come in. We're there to represent your best interest, um, and help you walk you through the entire path, even from the beginning to the middle to the end, and then after. Because I know for us, we aim to be the ongoing resource for your business. Because we want to make sure you're successful in the long term, not just in the short term. So oftentimes as you as an individual, when you're dealing with the landlord, you're not necessarily dealing with the landlord per se, you're dealing with their representative, right? Again, it's somebody that's dealing with doing transactions on a daily basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. So just imagine you as an individual that doesn't have the same amount of knowledge going to get somebody that has all the particulars, all this knowledge and how to transact, how to structure. And oftentimes when you're dealing with leases, these leases are not necessarily tenant friendly. They're skewed heavily towards the landlord in their favor. So if you're not, know exactly what you're looking for, how to structure it, how to have the conversation, you could be putting yourself in a position to be not only taken advantage of, but it could cost you economically as far as your business. So, like I said, where we come in, we're representing your best interest. We're just another person on the other side of the transaction. It's just like if you're going to court for whatever the case may be, a lawsuit. Um, in most cases, you're not going to represent yourself. You're going to find somebody that's experienced to represent your best interest, to walk you through the process and help guide you and represent you. So it's kind of like the same thing. Being tenant representation brokers, we're you know we wear multiple hats. We're doing consulting. We're doing the actual operations. We're organizing. We're coordinating, um, negotiating. I mean, we do a lot, and it's all of the behest of to make sure that at the end of the day, we fulfill the objectives that you need for your business, so it can either continue to grow and continue to service customers and make its employees happy and things like that. So, um, kind of in a nutshell, we're uh, we're there to facilitate the entire transaction, especially when it comes to leasing. Many cases, a lot of our clients don't know exactly what they need, right? So it really starts at the beginning, having a conversation of a needs analysis to figure out exactly what you need, what's going on, why do you need to leave, should you leave, having those discussions with, the stakeholders, the key decision makers, and then kind of working from there, talking about what's going on in the market, what's happening, the trends, what's the expectations, and then kind of going through that process, um, configuring a particular size. I mean, not particular size, but particular layout for the business to reinforce what you guys are looking to achieve. Um, so, like I said, we're kind of a collaborative partner, a consultant, an advisor. Um, Real estate, the actual physical real estate is just a portion of it. There's a lot of other things that go into it. Um, like I said, for us, it's all about trying to level the playing field. Um, Again, you're going against, not to make it adversarial, but you got to understand what you're up against, right? Just the same thing when when you start your business, you analyze your competition, their strengths and weaknesses. You kind of take that in the same perspective of what the landlord does, right? And they're taking the strength and weaknesses of their business, of their building, which is their business. And like I said, they're doing this on a daily basis, and more often than not, like I said, if you're experienced and actually leasing a place, this is not your first place. I mean, the last time you probably signed a lease was maybe 3 and sometimes even 10 years ago, and a lot has changed between then. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Level Playing Field Procast. You can follow us, or actually follow me, on Twitter at Dominic Green CRE. Search us on LinkedIn and Facebook. Just type in the word ATENANTco. Or you can follow go to my personal profile on LinkedIn at Dominic Green Tenant Rep Advisor. For more information about us, go to our website at www.ATENANTco.com. And for immediate assistance, you can give us a call at 214-247-6211. And until next time, happy leasing, everyone.